Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you very much for watching. Today I've done this Jessica Chastain inspired Oscars 2013 look. I thought her makeup was so beautiful. I mean, she is so beautiful. So this is my interpretation of it. In no way am I saying it's an exact replica of her makeup or that I even look like her, but this is kind of just like what I thought she was wearing. Bright, bold, beautiful, semi-matte lip and a shimmery nude eye with a little gel liner. So it's actually pretty easy, and if you want to see how to do it, just stay tuned. So today, since I want perfect skin, I'm going to use a primer under my foundation. This just smooths out any little bumps or pores and gives a really nice base to put your foundation on. So I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Light. So just need a tiny pea-size amount of this and smooth it over the face. I like to concentrate in the middle of my face. So the primer's on. I'm going to roll into my foundation today. It's the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse in Porcelain Ivory. Back of my hand. And I'm not going to bore you. I'm just going to kind of zip through this. And if you want to see an in-depth foundation application, check out my foundation video. I'll link it below. Okay, my foundation is on. I'm going to move on to the eyes. I am today going to use my Navajo cream shadow from Bobbi Brown, but just on my brow bone. I'm not going to take it on the lower lid. This is my eyeshadow base, because down there I'm going to put a more shimmery base. So just under the brow bone for the Navajo. And for the lower lid shadow base, I'm going to use this one. It's called Beach Honey. It's another longwear cream shadow from Bobbi Brown. And it's kind of like a little bit shimmery and beautiful, so this will be a great base for the shadow, because the shadows are going to be similar color to this. So just on the lower lid up to the crease where the Navajo starts. So to me it looked like Jessica Chastain had a beautiful shimmery kind of peachy pinky shadow color on the lower lid, so pretty, with black liner. So I'm going to start as a shimmery base for my lower lid with this peach eyeshadow from Bobbi Brown and just a flat shader brush. And this is going to go really nicely on our base that we set. So before I put my next lower lid eyeshadow on, I'm just going to take a little bit of this tan matte shadow and dust it into my crease. I couldn't see on the picture if she had anything in her crease, but I'm just going to put just a tiny bit to add a little dimension to the eye, so it's not just kind of one flat color. So with my 217 from MAC, I'm just tapping into this tan shadow and taking it ever so slightly in the upper socket crease area. Almost not detectable, but just adds a little more warmth and dimension. Okay, I'm kind of layering the shadows today. Next on for my lower lid, I'm using Pink Chandelier. It is a metallic eyeshadow from Bobbi Brown, but anyone like this will do. It's really pretty and has a little more shimmer than the peach. So same flat shader brush right onto the lower lid again, into the tear duct area. So take it into the middle here. These colors are so pretty. So it looked like she had just a tiny bit of glitter, like almost not like a chunky glitter, but just a little bit something more than shimmer. So I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm taking this pretty sparkle eyeshadow called Ballet from Bobbi Brown on my same flat shader brush, the one I've been using the whole time, basically the whole time. And I'm gonna pop a little bit of this onto the inner part of my eye in here. And I don't know if you can see, but it adds a beautiful, elegant glitter. Giving my flat shader brush just a tiny wipe, and then I'm going to highlight under my brow bone with Ivory shadow. It's a matte eyeshadow. We have so much shimmer going on under the, or on the eyelid, that I do not want shimmer up here. Just a nice matte highlight. So Jessica looked like she had nothing on her lower lash line, no eyeshadow, no eyeliner, nothing. So I'm going to swing right into my Maybelline gel liner and my liner brush. We're going to line the top line, starting really thin in the inside and then making it a little thicker on the outside. She had a tiny, tiny flick, but not a thick one, just like a really thin little beautiful flick. So that's what I'm going to do. So on the inside here, barely touch the brush. You want just a thin, and then bring it out a little thicker out here. I'm gonna go on to my under eye, so I want everything to be really bright and beautiful, so I'm gonna use my Porcelain Peach Corrector from Bobbi Brown underneath my concealer. So first the corrector, taking it right on my finger and putting this in where I'm really dark in there. Just pat in there. And this zaps it and makes it nice and bright. Next, my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, just over top of that corrector. I'm going to bring it out here to highlight our upper cheekbone area. So my usual triangle, then bring it out, and that will give a nice highlight. While this is drying, I'm going to do eyebrows. First, I'm starting with my eyebrow pencil. This is Jordana's Fabubrow in Taupe. I'm going to fill in where I need to. Try not to make them too intense, just where the hairs are sparse. So I'm going to set the eyebrows with a little bit of powder using this color right here, this nice taupe color. It's called Wheat. It's a matte eyeshadow on my little angle brush. So with a clean ring finger, start working this concealer into my skin. And see how it goes way over here? It makes a nice highlight up there just naturally without having to use any shimmer for the time being. So next, taking a little bit of my e.l.f. HD setting powder and a setting brush, I'm just going to set my under eye concealer. Pat on top of that concealer. You don't want to really rub it because you'll make streak lines and rub it away. Once you get a little layer on, then you can kind of dust over it, but you don't want to rub right away. And you can see the difference. This one is set and not as shiny, and it's not going to move anywhere. So the only thing I'm going to do on my lower lid or lash line down here is just take a flesh color pencil and line my waterline, just to make sure my eyes look awake and not red. I think white with this look would be a little too harsh, so the flesh color is perfect. Next, I'm going to powder my face with a powder brush and kind of an illuminating face powder. I'm going to see how this works with this red carpet kind of look. It's going to give kind of a glow without being shiny or shimmery or sparkly, so let's give this a go. It smells so good. This is by Physicians Formula. I'll put all the products I use below, but man, this smells like roses. couldn't really tell if Jessica was wearing false eyelashes. I bet she probably was, but they weren't that crazy and long and dramatic, but they were kind of fluffy. I'm just going to use 2 coats of mascara and get my lashes as full as I can, especially concentrating on the outer parts. Looked like she had a bit of a fan effect going on. So I'm going to speed through this and then see you back in a second. Okay, I'm back. So that's the mascara. By the way, the mascaras I used were the Jordana Best Lash Extreme as my first coat, and then the Maybelline Falsies as my second. Jessica has the most beautiful white skin and red hair. It's so gorgeous. It didn't look like she was wearing too much bronzer, but I bet she was wearing just a tiny bit. So I'm gonna take a matte bronzer and then just a bronzer brush and dust a little bit into my contour areas. Just to give the face a little shape. So under the cheekbone there. Tiny bit up on the temples where our bones go in as well. Tiny bit down the side of my nose. Contour there a little bit. Just using my finger for that. To make my skin look dewy and beautiful, like Jessica's was, I'm going to take this very light shimmery bronzer I'm going to use as a highlighter and a fluffy brush like this and highlight the tops of my cheekbones, top of my nose, Cupid's bow, and a little bit on the chin. This is like instant red carpet ready. I take it a little under the eye too to add light under there because it's such a fine powder that you can do that. Jessica was wearing a beautiful peachy pink blush, kind of apple and back up in this area. So I'm going to use this blush by Ulta called Afternoon Delight. So that is the face done, very simple and mellow and dewy and gorgeous. Now we're going to move on to the red lip, which is kind of the star of the show of this one. I'm using NYX's Hot Red Liner, and I'm just going to make sure my lips aren't too dewy, and then line the lips. I'm not going to fill them in today because we're going to put a red lipstick on top, but I'm going to take my pinky finger and kind of blend that inside of the line so it isn't that noticeable when we put the lipstick on. And for lipstick I'm using Revlon's True Red. It is a kind of true bright red. I'm just going to pop this on the lip. Sorry for my funny faces, I'm trying to stay inside the lines. So there's the look done. I think it's very pretty. It's pretty simple, but definitely is a statement look with the red lips. So let me zoom in a little bit. There's the eyes. And the lip. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope everyone's having a great day, and I can't wait to see you next time in the next video. Thanks so much!